recovering from your emotional trauma, these important realizations you should never ever ignore. And if you want to know which are these, then stay tuned till end and subscribe so that you can get more such information. Hi, I'm Dr. Vrishali. I'm a psychiatrist and I make self-help videos. And in today's video, I'm going to discuss very important thing because my observation says that when people start improving from their emotional pain, slowly they get lot of realizations and they should never ignore these realizations. In fact, whatever you learn from each session or whenever you are in the recovery journey, you should note down your learnings because these learnings are life changing. These learnings have helped you to step from one step ahead from wherever you were in the past. And these small learnings and realizations can be very useful in your future if you are in difficulty, distress, or if you have no one access to, these can be messengers of self-help in the time of difficulties in future. But for that, you have to keep that awareness on your learnings in the self-recovery process and in the journey of self-help. So first realization, which is very important you get is that it's okay to say no. Maintaining your boundaries is not equal to disrespecting others. It's not equal to you're becoming selfish. Maintaining your boundaries is your right because when you can maintain boundaries, when you have awareness on your own emotional needs and wants. And for that, you have to do a lot of brainstorming work that what are my needs and wants and which things I'm okay with, which things I'm not okay with. And this brainstorming work varies from individual to individual. So maybe somebody is okay with something, not necessarily you are okay with that. And that's how it is challenging to find out which things resonates with you, you are comfortable with, and what are your emotional needs, what are your priorities in life, what are your real goals in life. And those things collectively, those things will help you to learn to put boundaries for yourself. And believe me, once you start putting boundaries with people, they will start valuing you, they start respecting your worth, and that ultimately helps you to realize your self-worth. Your self-confidence goes up, and that is one of the very important aspect of self-help because once you start realizing that what are your needs and wants and start putting boundaries, little bit sometimes you can get that confusion whether I'm becoming selfish, but that is not selfishness. Another important realization you get is that whatever you think or you believe, not necessarily it is true. What does that mean? For example, before you had some opinions and judgments about others or situations. But once you start taking help, or if you are in the journey of taking counseling or some taking professional help or in the journey of self-help and self-love, you start realizing that you have to expand the horizon of your thinking because whatever you think and imagine and judge, not necessarily everything is right. The world is a bigger place, so you have to start putting others perspective into consideration. You have to learn empathizing, and in the process of self-help you do realize those things and you start empathizing with people because you start valuing your own emotions, and that's how empathy comes in place, right? Empathy is something which you start feeling others pain while keeping your own energy intact. And that's how empathy brings transformation because you actually do something regarding that pain and you just don't feel bad about it. Sympathy is something that you are hearing somebody somebody's problem and pain and you feel bad about it. So one person is crying and you are also crying. But in empathy, you actually feel that pain because you pay attention to, because you understand, and because you prioritize to value others' emotions. And how that happens because you start valuing your own emotions. And that's why you can value others' emotions. And once you understand others' emotions, you want to do something about it. And that's how empathy can bring changes, it can transform. Buddha had empathy for people who are suffering, and that's how he taught different things so that people can come out of pain. Without empathy, it wouldn't have been possible, right? And empathy is not something which you have listened to it today or you have learned today and tomorrow you will be empathetic complete. You have to practice, you have to understand your own self first, and you have to build that connection with your own emotions so that you can start empathizing people and start helping others in their difficult times. It is a process which takes time, but once you are in the journey of self help, definitely you can help others. And that important realization, gives you strength because you help yourself. That one thing is very strong, which gives you strength. And because you are developing these values of empathy and helping others and bringing some change in others' life, can help you to the next level because you feel, in a more different way, your self confidence get increased and you feel more worthy about yourself. So that important realization is also can change your life. And these realizations, as you're feeling or getting connected into, start writing them up or at least keep some notes so that it will help you even afterwards. Another more important realization is gossiping is not equal to connections. If you are just talking about others with because just you want to talk to your friends or you want to make new friends and you are gossiping about others, that is not going to bring good connections to you. So what you have to learn in this, for connections, your authenticity and your vision needs to be very clear. So clarity is the first criteria. And in that, you have to remove gossiping about others, spreading bad things about others. You are not going to entertain that. You have to promise yourself. Connections can be built in authentic way, in a better manner. And if you really want to build connections with others, first connection with yourself, your own wants and needs, and what you are okay with, what you are not okay with, is very important. Connection with your own self kindness and self compassion is important so that these things can be reflected very easily on others. And once you are so kind, compassionate, and spreading happiness around you, you will definitely attract good connections around you. You don't have to take help of gossiping and creating fun. No, absolutely no. And you will prioritize good things in your life. You have to promise yourself after this realization. Another important thing in the journey of self recovery is that whatever others are putting their opinions, you will not consider others' opinion as your way of self recovery, or because others are saying, that doesn't make you worthy or not worthy. So, external validation, you are not dependent for your growth or fall for others' opinion and validations. You will decide your self worth. Your actions, your thinking, the way you feel will decide how and what you want to become. Others' opinion are others' opinion. and you will decide where to put that. So, the important realization in this journey is others' opinion do not decide your self worth. You have to decide. And the last thing which I want to discuss is in the journey of self recovery, sometimes you feel that sometimes you are very consistent and at times you are not consistent. You don't have any mood to work on yourself, and that's absolutely okay. That doesn't mean that you should quit the platform of self recovery and self love. Emotional healing is a journey, and sometimes it's okay to be not very consistent because it's okay to take breaks and then whatever you have learned to implement that, to make mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and rise up again. That is the real story. Because what happens is some people do start the journey very enthusiastically and they feel that I have done enough work, now I have healed myself, I don't require anybody's help. And sometimes they create arrogance or ignorance in their life and they leave the journey of self help, the journey of empathizing with their own self, valuing their emotions, validating the way they feel. And this creates total disconnect with these important things of life. And after that, they become, very confused that what they are really doing, what they should do. And that definitely not going to help that person. Okay. So in the journey of self recovery, it is very important that if you are not consistent, if you are not following whatever you have decided, if you have made some timetable but you are not keeping it, that's okay. What you have to do is take it again, do it again, stand for yourself, and you can do it. Continuously you have to push and pull yourself so that you can move one step ahead. So don't give up in the journey of self recovery. Once you realize these things and once you keep printed in your heart these important learnings, that will surely help you for long run. Because recovering from emotional pain or emotional trauma is not the short term thing, it's a long term process and it has a very good long term effects which are very positive. But for that, you need to keep your patience, you need to keep the consistency. You have to allow yourself to do mistakes and learn from that. Don't judge yourself in this journey. If you have learned to maintain boundaries, practice that often. If you have learned not to gossip because connections can be built in healthier way with keeping your authenticity intact, practice that. Stay connected to people who uplift yourself in positive manner. Stay in the environment which is healthy emotionally so that these things will be always nurtured and those things will help you in long run. So you have to decide what you want in your life. And these important realizations you have to keep in your diary, stay connected with these learnings, revise those learning often, and share these learnings with others. Whatever is your journey can help other to recover faster. Why not to share it? Why not to bring transformation by sharing your own pain? So make your pain as a message for someone so that they can uplift themselves emotionally. And this is possible only when you have that complete awareness about your own self, that what you are doing, where things are going. And if you can understand by yourself, ask. That will surely help you. So I hope these things have helped you. You can share with your friends, whoever is in need for this kind of information. Subscribe to the channel and stay connected with us for more learnings. Thank you.